Hello there, internet friends. Welcome to today's video. Today is day 9 of Vlog Every Day in July Harry Potter edition. I came up with the idea of putting together a video about unanswered questions in the Harry Potter series a while back, and for some reason I found Brizzy Voice's video that came out yesterday, just after I finished writing up what I want to say. All of my questions are different from hers, so I definitely still want to put them out. Without further ado, let's talk about some unanswered Harry Potter questions. On a really sad note, what happened to Fred's hand on the Weasley clock? It's never mentioned what happens to someone's hand on the Weasley clock when they die or when they leave, really. For that matter, when Fred and George moved away, where were their hands on the clock? Did their hands point to home because they were at their own home? And when it comes down to Fred's hand, like, he's dead. Does it point to home? Does it follow George? Did it fall off? Because that would just be really sad. I mean, this is gonna happen to every single hand on the Weasley clock. And I really want to know what happens to these hands when the people are gone. One thing that plagues me is who actually cast the curse to kill Ariana Dumbledore. I really hope we figure out in the Fantastic Beasts series, but given that neither Aberforth nor Dumbledore know at the end of Deathly Hallows or Half-Blood Prince, I feel like it's gonna be something that no one knows. The one thing that's always confused me is Harry's, near-death experience where he's in King's Cross. Was he actually talking to Dumbledore? I know that Dumbledore says it's all happening inside of Harry's head, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's not real. But are these actual answers coming from Dumbledore? Because we just kind of accept them as being canon, and they could have been coming from just Harry's death dream. An object I absolutely loved was the Mirror of Erised, and I'm really wondering what happened to the Mirror of Erised. I had remembered hearing something about it going into the Room of Requirement, but then I checked the Harry Potter wiki and it says no one knows what happens to the Mirror of Erised. So I'm wondering, was it destroyed with the stone, or was it just moved back to its little classroom? Did it go on a world tour? I just really want to know what ended up happening to this really impressive magical object. Did the Peverell brothers make the Hallows? There's always legends and myths about death or some other omnipresent being putting together stuff and giving it to mortals as gifts. Did death actually do this, or were the Peverell brothers actually just 3 super skilled wizards? If so, has anyone ever put together something similar? In Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's/Philosopher's Stone, it's mentioned that Vernon Dursley doesn't just hate magic, he hates anything abnormal. And what fueled this? Did he have a bad family? I mean, I know that Aunt Marge is a nightmare, so we can kind of assume that, but I really want to know about Vernon Dursley's psyche. It's not really that crazy of a question, but I'm just really interested in how someone can grow up to be so terrible. I think it's in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire that Bill mentions wanting to be an exchange student in Brazil. And how does this process work? How much does it cost? That's why he couldn't go. It said that the Weasleys couldn't afford this particular trip. But it sounds like an amazing experience. I mean, you already get to go to Hogwarts. Imagine getting to go to a school in Brazil. It sounds pretty fantastic, and I would just love for J.K. Rowling to release some information about being an exchange student in the wizarding world. Were there any exchange students to Hogwarts? Is it that you have to be a certain age, so Harry never really met anyone? Do those people get sorted into a house at the other school? That concludes my very few questions. If you have any answers to any of these questions or any theories, put them down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Hit subscribe if you want to see more content. I love you all. I'll see you in the next video, and goodbye.